Vivekananda, after giving a name to as Nivedita, meaning dedicated to God, Swami Vivekananda initiated Nivedita into the oath of Brahmacharya. Nivedita, she opened schools for girls in Back Bazaar, that is in Calcutta. Now it is known as Kolkata. And Nivedita, she also nursed and took care of the poor patients, and also Nivedita had close association with the newly established, that is called Ramakrishna Mission, and so she was one of the followers of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, he was born in a family called Kashyap family in Calcutta. He studied both the Western and the Eastern philosophy, and after studying the Indian philosophy from different, he started preaching the importance of Indian philosophy and as well as Westerners. So he gave both importance to India as well as the Westerners. And in this, Swami Vivekananda, he roamed the whole India for about 5 years. And after his Guruji, then he is called Ramakrishna. And later, Swami Vivekananda, he worked to establish, that is called the Casteless Society, and he would also see that the society was deeply involved with caste, that is based on discrimination. So he wanted to do something for the people, and not only the caste system, he also Swami Vivekananda, where he was completely involved with the caste-based discrimination, and not only to the caste, he also noticed the problems which are going on in India, like exploitation, poverty, literacy, and divisions among the Indian people. So, and he wanted to, and what is the main factor of this, why the people are doing like this? The main thing, he said, Swami Vivekananda, unless and until the people are educated, these things will continuously this continuously will be in the minds of the people. So for this one, he said education is the foremost for the people. Swami Vivekananda, the legal institutions, he also implemented the rules to support reformation here. He also wanted the people to stop following the Western idols blindly. He also wanted the people to stop following Western idols, and also to believe in the duty of religion to provide life. Yes, religion in the sense here, unless and until the people learn education and what the thing they are doing, it's wrong. And it is the duty of the religion to provide, where they worship to the religion. Unless and until they follow, it is wrong, it is completely wrong what the people are doing it. So that was the main intention of Swami Vivekananda. The one who responds to the poor is Mahatma. Mahatma in the sense here, enlightened soul. So Swami Vivekananda was enlightened soul, and the one who does, and the one enlightened doesn't is a Duratma. A person doing a good, he is a completely delighted soul, enlightened soul. A person who does wrong, Duratma means demon. He was completely towards like untouchability, and also the idol of supremacy, the based on caste system. So he was completely against to the untouchability and caste system. And here, Swami Vivekananda, a speech took place in Chicago that inspired the minds of the people, and it became very popular in the whole world. The Westerners could understand the cultural richness of India only by listening the speech of Swami Vivekananda that held at Chicago in World Religious Congress in the year 1893, and this attracted the attention of the people. Just they were sitting and listening, and while speaking at Congress of Religion that held in Paris, his speeches mirror his nationalist ideas. So it gives some information for the people. Just they were attached to the speeches of Swami Vivekananda. He had vision. He had visited Mysore before Chicago, and he was a guest at Chamraj Vodaya then. So the Mysore ruler during that time was Chamraj Vodaya, and as per the suggestion of Swami Vivekananda, the Mysore ruler Chamraj Vodaya 10th and many schools were opened for untouchable children, and also Swami Vivekananda wrote many books, the books like Jnana Yoga. Now let us study about the Swami Vivekananda children. So after inspiring the speech, that is to the Chicago, before visiting to the Chicago, Swami Vivekananda visited Mysore as a guest to Chamraja Wadayar. Then, as per the suggestion of Swami Vivekananda, Chamraja Wadayar, then he started schools for untouchable children. And Swami Vivekananda, he wrote many books, the books like Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So these are the books written by Swami Vivekananda. And his thoughts provided impetus to the freedom struggle, and this asserted the freedom that includes the social equality. Now after this, now let us study about the Theosophical Society. This society was basically founded by Madame Blavatsky and Colonel H.S. Olcott. So these people, they came to Adyar near Madras, that is to the south part of India, and they started to establish the head office, that is called the Theosophical Society. What is the main name of this Theosophical Society? The main name of this Theosophical Society was to do a comparative study on various matters like religions, philosophies and science. So this is the main motive of Theosophical Society. And one more goal of this philosophy was to discover the indomitable spirit that is hidden. So what are the things hidden in a human being? So they wanted to bring out. So it declared that universal brotherhood, all are brothers, to give a special importance in this society. And this society is based on some principles that is taken from the Hindu sacred scriptures like Veda, we studied in previous class children, that is the 4 Vedas and Upanishads, Sankhya Yoga and Vedanta philosophy. That is to spread these principles among the human beings. So here, how this society motivated for the people and who are the people to carry on this. So here, the arrival of a lady, she is from Irish, she is called Annie Besant. She came to India, and the moment of the Theosophical Society, it started to grow in each part of India. When she arrived in India, and she became a member of this Theosophical Society. Who? Annie Besant. So before coming to India, she was in London. She was born in London. And later, she divorced her husband, who was a priest at an Anglican church, and she became an active member of this Theosophical Society in India in the year 1889. And she gained much more knowledge, that is to the philosophy of Vedanta, and she got educated, she educated the Indian culture, and she gained more knowledge from India, for more superior to the Western culture, and which is based on materialism. So she was very keen interested in learning of Indian philosophy. And this movement was Reformation movement of Hinduism. She also did a comparative study of Hinduism and Buddhism. So she gained the knowledge of both, that is Hinduism and Buddhism. And she was titled as Shweta Saraswati. Why? Because she translated Bhagavad Gita to English. This was one of the greatest achievement of Annie Besant. So she was called as Shweta Saraswati. And she wanted to educate the girls, especially she wanted to motivate the girls for education. And she opened many schools in India. And she started Central Hindu Banaras College. And the same institution which became a university, that is forethought of Madan Mohan Malviya in 1916, and she started periodicals, that is one called New India and Commonwealth. And the discussions related to current problems, means what are the problems like poverty, discrimination, caste. So that was the main social issue. So these problems were discussed in this Common Earth and New India. And she also started a league called Home Rule League in the year 1916, and she initiated this Home Rule movement in Madras. And the credit of Hinduism, that is to the 19th century, and she created a religious reformation movement, a new sensibility for Hinduism in the 19th century as per the Theosophical Society, as its part and parcel of Annie Besant. Mrs. Annie Besant, she was active in freedom struggle movement, and she was the first president of Indian National Congress. Who is she? Annie Besant. She was the first president of Indian National Congress, INC.